Today I want to talk to the singles and more specifically the single women. My heart breaks over seeing so many women get strung along because they are not sure if a guy is really into them or not. So I want to help you guys out today. And guys, if you're watching this video and you're still trying to play the field, I do not apologize in advance for exposing all of these tricks of the game. That's coming up next on The Beat. Hey friends, welcome back. My name is Alan Parr. Thank you all so much for tuning into The Beat. If this is your first time here on this channel, we answer frequently asked questions of the Christian faith. We talk about dating and relationships from a Christian perspective, and we do all sorts of other Bible-based videos as well. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. Okay, this is a video that I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time because as I said in the hook, my heart is broken over seeing so many women get strung along and they're not sure if a guy is interested in them or not. So as a result, they stay in these relationships for a lot longer than they really should. Their heart gets broke. They have all this emotional baggage, and then they struggle to get into another relationship because they're still hung up on someone who is just not into them. And so I'm going to give you 8 ways today, very quick and rapid fire fashion, to know for sure if a guy is interested in you or not. Number 1 is if there are spotty communication. In other words, you call him, he doesn't call you back. You text him, it takes him 6 hours to text you back. Ladies, don't make excuses for him. Don't allow him to make excuses and say, well, he was too tired, or he didn't get your text, or he was working too long, or he was at the gym. No, when a guy is interested in you and he wants to have a relationship with you, he is going to get back to you because he's excited about hearing from you. So don't fall for that. If a guy's communication is spotty, he just might not be into you. Second of all, if a guy is not willing to commit to you in a relationship. Now, certainly there's going to be a season of time whenever you're checking him out and he's checking you out. That's understood. But if this extends for months and months and years at a time, if you will, that just simply means that he's trying to keep his options open. I'm just going to tell you exactly what it is. He's trying to keep his options open, and he's a good guy, so he doesn't necessarily want to break your heart and cheat on you. And so because of that, he wants to check you out, but he also wants to check several other women out as well. And so whenever you're caught up in this where a guy does not want to commit to you, don't make excuses for him and don't let him make excuses to you. Just accept the fact that he's just not that into you. Number 3 is if a guy is unwilling to schedule a date with you in advance. So the story looks like this. Let's say there's something that you want to do. There's a movie you want to see, and you suggest hanging out with this guy on a Friday night, to which he responds and says, you know what? I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it right now. I got to check my schedule. I got to let you know towards the end of the week. Look, ladies, don't get played. That is a translation to say, you know what? I got some other options. I got some other ladies that I'm looking at, hanging out with. It means that, you know what? I want to keep my schedule open just in case at the last minute somebody that I'm more interested in has an opportunity to hang out with me on a Friday night and I have not committed myself to a lower tier woman that I'm really not interested in, and then I have to go out with them when I really want to go out with her. Listen, ladies, when a guy is interested in you, he's going to be trying to get on your schedule. He's going to be trying to lock you down weeks in advance, days in advance, to ensure that he can spend time with you. So forget him not wanting to make a commitment to you in the relationship if he's not even willing to commit to going on a date with you in advance. The 4th way you can tell if a guy is not interested in you is if he has little or no desire to talk to you. Listen, ladies, whenever a guy is really interested in you, he's not just going to be interested in going over your house, coming over, snuggling up on the couch, cuddling up, renting movies, making out, spending the night, sleeping with you. No, when a guy is interested in you, he's going to be interested in getting to know your mind, your thoughts, things that you're interested in, your childhood, your background, things about you, because any man can come over to your house and just simply be physical with you. That doesn't take any effort. But when a man is interested in you, he is going to be willing to put the effort forward to just go beyond the physical and get to know you as a person. And when a man is unwilling to do that, it oftentimes is a sign that he's really not interested in you. Number 5 is when a man is not willing to spend what I'm calling peak time with you. Now, what I mean by this is that many men, you may not realize this, but they actually have different tiers of women. They have an upper tier, they have the middle tier, and they have the lower tier. So the upper tier women, they get the Friday nights and the Saturday nights. They get that special prime time. And then the middle tier, they get maybe Thursday night, Sunday night. But then the lower tier, they get like Monday afternoon or Tuesday evening or something like that. So when a man is consistently calling you last minute, not wanting to make plans with you in advance, and simply says, hey, you know what, it's Tuesday, I'm in the area, it's 9 o'clock, can I come over? Can we rent a movie? Can we hang out? That just simply means that you're in that, I'm sad to say, you're in that middle to low tier, because if a man was truly interested in you, he'd be trying to get on your schedule so that he could spend time with you on what I'm calling those peak hours, which are Friday night and Saturday night, and he'd be scheduling this with you in advance. Number 6 is whenever a man is unwilling or uncomfortable to introduce you to the people that are closest to him. Now, I get it. There's a period of time whenever you're checking him out, he's checking you out, and you don't want to really go public with the relationship. But over time, if this continues for days, weeks, months, years in advance, that simply means that that guy is basically saying, you know what, I'm not comfortable introducing you to the people that are closest to me, because in the back of my mind, I don't think you're going to be around for very long, and I don't want people who are closest to me to start questioning my integrity if they see me with this girl and that girl and this girl and that girl. So it's easiest just to keep this relationship a secret and not get public with people so that nobody really knows who I am with. Ladies, when a man is interested in you, he's going to be proud to present you to the people that he loves, people that are important to him and closest to him. He is going to want to show you off, and he is going to want to let those people know that they can hold him accountable for how he dates and pursues you. Number 6 is if a guy says, I want to be friends with you, but his actions are not consistent with his statement. In other words, a lot of times guys will say, you know what, I just think it's best that we can be friends, but he's still calling you, he's still kissing on you, he's still taking you out on dates, he's still buying things for you, he's still wanting to come over to your house and hang out. All of these things are examples of how his words and his actions are not lining up. So anytime you hear the words, I want to be friends, but the actions are not consistent with those words, it means that a guy may not be interested in you. And number 8 is when a man is unwilling to spend his money on you. Listen, I know that every man is in different financial situations. Some have more money than others, but the point remains the same. It doesn't mean that he has to take you out to the most expensive restaurants and buy you all sorts of gifts. It just simply means that whenever a guy takes you out on a date, if he is not willing to even pay for that date, or he is cheap and he's not willing to really invest his money in you, that says a lot early on that he very well may not be interested in you, because if a guy is interested in you, he's going to at least want to make a good impression with you. He wants you to have a certain opinion and perspective about him. It doesn't mean that he has to pay for everything all the time, but it just simply means that he is willing to make an investment in the relationship. Now, today's video is a little bit different because usually in my videos, I like to use a lot of scripture, but unfortunately, the Bible is very silent on this issue of dating. It really wasn't practical or applicable to them in their culture. But ladies, my heart breaks today because I see so many ladies that are getting in these relationships and they're being strung along by these men that are really not interested in them. And then as a result, they are blocking themselves from meeting the right guy because they're hanging up on the wrong guy. And then they eventually get out of that relationship. Then they have baggage from that relationship that they take into the new relationship. And then that new guy has to pay for the sins of the old guy, and it just gets bad. So ladies, I just want to encourage you, if you can take anything from this video and apply it to the relationship that you're in or your future relationships, and just simply not only hold men that you're dating accountable, but also any single men that you know, so that they may be able to begin and continue to pursue women in a healthy, God-honoring way. If you found this video helpful in any way, feel free to share it with a friend. Also, if you haven't done so already, I would love it if you would subscribe. Check out some of the other videos on this channel. Hey, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time on The Beat.